Ooh.
Wanted to stand that I may live again.
Ooh.
He's the precious Lamb of God.
Well, no mistaking that. We're back with Jennifer Lopez. That, of course, was a snippet from American Idol.
Oh, gosh.
Now, I want to know, after watching, you just keep this sincere, straight face.
Right.
When it's challenging, let's say, to listen to something like that, how hard is it to keep that, to keep it together and, like, not crack up or be rude to somebody?
Right, right. You know, sometimes, you know, you can't help it. They do something funny, you laugh or whatever. But the truth is I've been there. I've been in that position. I got up there in front of people and said, you know, and did my thing. And sometimes it was great, and sometimes I was too nervous or I didn't have a great day. And it's hard. And some of them are really good. Like, we've had moments where somebody came in and I was watching, and they're just, you know, you'll look, because I looked them up and down, and their thumb will be moving. You know, they'll be shaking. There's some little nervous energy that's happening. And I'm like, but I hear something. I'm like, would you mind just singing another song? And just, like, take a deep breath, and
it takes
you know
them
what
to
I
a
mean?
different place.
And then all of a sudden, it's like one of these girls that really sticks out in my mind. She was one of the best singers. But if I would have just let her go on that first audition, we would have sent her home.
So, you know, what is it like when you have really emotional stories like the Chris Medina moment?
Right.
I mean, like pouring tears. As the competition moves along, I want to know if you've, like, envision what it's going to be like for you if you love somebody's voice but you don't like their personality or their persona.
Right.
And vice versa.
Well, I think it's great that we don't know the stories beforehand as we're first judging them. As it goes on, it's tougher because now that I'm seeing the episodes along with you guys, I see some of their stories where I knew a little bit of the story, but I didn't know it, like, to that extent. And Chris Medina is an actual great example of that. So it's tough, you know, as you go along, you really want to be fair. It should be about who's going to be a great recording artist and who's a great performer and who's really, you know, nailing their performances. But people definitely, and I too, get definitely emotionally involved.
Yeah, it must get tougher and tougher.
Yeah,
I mean,
as you go down to the cuts, it does.
And I know you were a huge fan of the show, but what is it like now being on the other side of it? What is it like being a judge? Is it everything you thought it would be?
It's so much fun. You know, I thought it would be fun because I always loved the show, and I thought, oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll do that. And I loved it, and I love doing it at home, and I can do this. And now that I'm doing it, it's even more fun than I thought it'd be because of Steven, because of Randy, because of Ryan. We actually really have become so close, like a family and like brothers and sisters, and we like fool around with each other and everything.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's fun to have a different vibe to something that became so familiar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was a little refresh button, you know what I mean? It's just like, poop, refresh, we love this, but let's see what we can do to make it kind of like fresh again.
Exactly. It's not better or worse, it's just different.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch that as a viewer because you're sort of reinventing something that was really familiar to you.
Yeah, yeah.
How do the guys treat you on the set when you're a girl? Do they razz you or are they protective?
No, I'm a tough cookie, you know, and you know, I hold my own with them, and they're very respectful, you know, and it's like brother-sister relationship for sure.
That's what it sort of seems like watching it, doesn't it? It sort of seems like siblings.
But like loving brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? I'm always like hitting them or laying on them, or you know what I mean? It's like, I felt like it was very separate before. It was all like, this is what, but we actually discuss things. Even like, what do you think of that person? I'm like, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know.
Do you have any favorites of Idol's past? Or stories that you really enjoyed watching?
I watched for so many years. I think one of my favorite moments ever was David Archuleta singing Imagine. It blew me away. I thought it was one of the better performances on TV ever.
So you have two people that are clearly very comfortable performing in the house. What about the babes now? Either one of them hamming it up? Are they both hamming it up?
Oh, my babies?
Oh, yeah.
Emmy sings. And it's funny when you listen to her, you know, because she sings out of pure joy and pleasure, but when the minute she thinks you're watching her, she stops. But she has a beautiful little voice, almost like a little Shirley Temple vibrato type thing.
And what about Max?
Max is just kind of loud. It's a very loud voice. He's a boy. Mark says he'll be her manager. I don't know. No, he's super smart and amazing and a boy. I mean,
just all boy.
Into everything and just wants to throw and break everything in the world.
Yeah, you know, and I was gonna ask, what's day-to-day life for you like? Like, at home, are you playing Wheels on the Bus, or are you playing something different? And did you have to take everything off the coffee table and put it up high?
Yeah, no, the minute we get anywhere, like, we're, you know, because we travel a lot, if we go to hotels, it's like, this would move, no flowers, no nothing, no cups, no forks, no knives, no fruit. He likes to throw fruit. You know, we put everything, it's crazy. Whatever he finds, he's like, boop, just throws it over his shoulder, boop. I'm like, why? What is just doesn't want it there.
Just wants to see how far it'll go.
Yeah, just wants to get rid of it.
And what about the music? Like, do you guys have to suffer through Barney and Wheels on the Bus and all that? Or is it only
they're obsessed with Beauty and the Beast right now.
Yeah.
And the Chipmunks.
And they played over and over.
I think I've seen the Chipmunk movie about 700 times. I know the Chipmunk, I can recite the Chipmunk movie to you. It is crazy.
It's sort of like Law and Order. Like, I could do scenes every time I leave it on in the background. You do, you absorb it if you keep the same thing playing enough.
Yeah.
You stick around one more?
Absolutely.
One more? All right, we're going to keep her around. Of course, American Idol airs like you need this plug. Wednesdays and Thursdays. It's where we all are, 8 p.m. on Fox. Jennifer's going to stick around a bit longer, so don't go anywhere. We'll both be right back.